Hello everyone, welcome back to This Day in Weather. If you're just joining this channel, this is where you can learn about weather events that occurred in the United States on the date the video was posted in years past. Today is March 19th. On this day in 1907, the temperature in a couple locations reached all-time records for March. A March record high was set in Dodge City, Kansas, with a high of 98 degrees, and a March record high was set in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with a high of 97 degrees. A daily record high was set in Denver, Colorado, with a high of 81 degrees. On this day in 1931, an F3 tornado took a 15-block path through the west side of Clinton, Oklahoma. A dozen homes and 3 schools were demolished. Initially, 2 people were killed and 20 others were injured, but a third fatality occurred by electrocution after the tornado was over. On this day in 1948, 43 people across the Midwestern United States were killed in a tornado outbreak. Most of the fatalities came from a devastating F4 tornado that struck Fosterburg, Bunker Hill, and Gillespie, Illinois. In Bunker Hill, 2,000 buildings were damaged or destroyed. This tornado killed 33 people, injured 449 others, and caused $3.6 million 1948 United States dollars in damage, which would equate to over $47.4 million in 2025 United States dollars. 4 people were killed in a separate F4 tornado in Belgrade, Missouri. That tornado also caused major damage in Bonne Terre, Missouri. On this day in 1963, the Tennessee counties of Robertson and Sumner were affected by an F2 tornado. It moved east-southeast from east of Olinda to Fountainhead. Roughly 500 buildings were hit with varying degree of damage. The heaviest was north of Main Street in Portland. Utility poles were snapped. Heads of cattle were killed. Railroad signals with large concrete footings were pulled from the ground and blown away. No one was killed, but a husband and his wife were injured when their house trailer was blown over. On this day in 2003, the Denver, Colorado metro area and Colorado's Front Range were struck by one of the worst blizzards since records began in 1872. Denver International Airport was closed, causing roughly 4,000 travelers to be stranded. The weight of the snow caused a 40-foot gash in a portion of the road and forced the evacuation of that section of the main terminal building. Snowdrifts 6 feet high were produced in places around the city by winds gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. The heavy wet snow caused numerous roofs of homes and businesses to collapse. The estimated cost of property damage alone, not including large commercial buildings, was $93 million 2003 United States dollars. In 2025 United States dollars, it would take over $160.5 million to equate to that, which made it the costliest storm on record for the area. In Denver alone, at least 258 structures were damaged. The storm knocked out electricity to around 135,000 people, and it took several days for electricity to be restored. Avalanches in the mountains and foothills caused many roads, including Interstate 70, causing hundreds of skiers and travelers to be stranded. In the Eldora ski area, 270 skiers were stranded when an avalanche closed the main access road. After the storm, a military helicopter had to deliver food to the resort until the road could be cleared. 2 people passed away in Aurora from heart attacks after they shoveled the heavy wet snow. The National Guard sent 40 soldiers and 20 heavy-duty vehicles to rescue stranded travelers along a section of Interstate 70. The storm made March 2003 the snowiest March on record, the 4th snowiest month on record, and the 5th wettest March on record. The total of 22.9 inches is the most significant 24-hour total in March. The storm also ended a streak of 19 consecutive months of below-average precipitation for Denver. The 31.8 inches of snow was recorded at the former Stapleton Airport in Denver for its second biggest snowstorm on record. The biggest was 37.5 inches on December 4th and 5th, 1913, with up to 3 feet in other areas in and around the city, and more than 7 feet in the foothills. Some bigger snowfall totals included 87.5 inches in Fritz Peak and Rollinsville, 83 inches in Cannon Creek, 74 inches near Bergen Park, 73 inches northwest of Evergreen, 72 inches in Cola Creek Canyon, 70 inches in Georgetown, 63 inches in Jamestown, 60 inches near Blackhawk, 55 inches in the Eldora ski area, 46.6 inches in Ken Carroll Ranch, 40 inches in Aurora, 38 inches in Centennial, 37 inches at Buckley Air Force Base, 35 inches in southwest Denver, 34 inches in Louisville, 32 inches in Arvada, 31 inches in Broomfield and Westminster, and 22.5 inches in Boulder. On this day in 2018, Jacksonville, Alabama was struck by an EF3 tornado. Several apartments and houses were destroyed or damaged, and buildings were torn apart on the Jacksonville State University campus. 4 people were injured. That will close up this edition of This Day in Weather, but be sure to stay tuned in because whenever there's a new video, you will learn about weather events that occurred in the United States on the date the video was posted in years past. Please hit the thumbs up button to like this video. Please hit the subscribe button to be sure to never miss a new video. If you're just joining this channel, please check out all the other videos I haven't posted on this channel. And please check out my Patreon at patreon.com/c/thisdayinweather for more content.